Alright, so this next problem we're going to look at is another quadratic, and we want to solve this by graphing. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to rewrite the problem where it is equal to 0. Alright, because you always want to set the quadratic equal to 0. Alright, so we have d squared plus 6d plus 3 equals 0. So the first thing we want to do is find the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is going to be the opposite of b, so negative 6 over 2a over 2 times 1. So our axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative 3. Alright, we'll draw that in right here. Alright, there's our axis of symmetry, x equals negative 3. We're going to take negative 3 and plug it into our function to figure out our vertex. So our vertex is negative 3. Alright, when we plug it in, we have negative 3 squared, which is 9, minus 18 plus 3. So that's negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. So our vertex is going to be negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6. Alright, so then what we want to do is we want to make a table of values. Alright, with our vertex in the middle. Negative 3, negative 6, negative 2, negative 1, 0, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. Alright, and we know when you plug in 0, we're going to get our y-intercept, which is 0, 3. So I'm going to plot that. And if that is 0, 3, it means negative 6 is going to have an output of positive 3. So we'll plot both those points, and now let's plug in negative 1. So when we plug in negative 1, we get 1, minus 6 is negative 5, plus 3 is negative 2. Alright, and the reason I do that is because you want to see how it's going from negative to positive, because that's where it's going to be crossing. It's going to be crossing the x-axis between 0 and negative 1 over here. So when I plot that, we have 3, negative 1, negative 2. So right here, we have its mirror image. And then we'll take negative 2 and plug it in. So negative 2 squared is 4 minus 12. 4 minus 12 is negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. So negative 5, negative 5. Alright, so we have negative 2, negative 5. And negative 4, negative 5. Alright, and now I can make my parabola. Alright, and we see the solutions. The solutions will be between 0 and negative 1 and 3, 4, 5, negative 5 and negative 6. Alright, and like I said on the table, you could see how the output changes from negative to positive, so you know that's where it's going to be crossing.